Governor Perry, we're here in Iowa, and today is the day. How you feeling?
It is game on. It's awesome. Everything is good. We've got over 500 people who have, on their own dime, come from 32 different states to come and work the caucuses for us, to be on the phones, and I think we put some 50,000 phone calls out over the course of the last week or so. So, we just finished a 40-plus city bus tour for 14 days, and the response has been just amazing. Great crowds, a lot of energy. So I feel really good about tonight. Now it's in the voters' hands, which is the way democracy is supposed to work.
Now, I've noticed over the last couple of days you've been going after Rick Santorum a bit. What should the voters in Iowa and elsewhere know about his record?
Well, everybody has had a pretty good vetting. I would suggest to you Ron Paul and Rick Santorum are two of the people that haven't been vetted too much. And, we ran into this problem 4 years ago when the country elected a United States Senator that didn't have a lot of vetting and had zero executive experience. So it's good to have all the knowledge, know what the differences are. And Rick is a good man. I have great respect for him and his family. And as a matter of fact, I pray daily for his baby girl Bella, for her health. And, but Rick's been he's got a problem with his fiscal conservatism. When you look at a guy who voted 8 times to raise the debt ceiling while he was in the United States Senate, and a king of earmark, I mean, this is pork barrel politics at its best. And the problem with earmarking is this, it's you scratch my back, I scratch your back, let's trade this for that, and you drive America in the ditch economically. So you got to stop the earmark. And he said, listen, he said he was proud of all the earmarks that he delivered for Pennsylvania. But that's the mindset of the insider. And Washington's not going to change by taking a Democrat insider out and replacing him with a Republican insider. It's going to take an outsider like myself, who has been the chief executive officer of the 13th largest economy in the world for the last 11 years, created a climate for entrepreneurs where they can risk their capital and create jobs. We've been the #1 job creating state in the nation. That's what America's looking for. They are waiting for someone. They are begging for someone to come in and basically say, we're getting back to the Constitution, whether it's on Supreme Court justices or whether it's the 10th Amendment, and getting Washington, D.C. as inconsequential in people's lives as it can be.
You mentioned Ron Paul a minute ago. He's come under fire for some of the things he said about Iran. Now, when you were in the Air Force, you lived in Iran. Does Ron Paul understand that country?
Well, I don't think Ron Paul understands America's role from the standpoint of keeping the world free from terrorism, keeping the world safe from countries that absolutely are run by despots and regimes that are, would wipe Israel off the face of the earth if they were given the opportunity to get a nuclear weapon. So I truly am concerned about Ron Paul's worldview. Ron's got some ideas about the Federal Reserve that I certainly can support, and reining in the spending and what have you. But if we become America in the early 1930s again with this protectionist, nationalistic, bring the troops all home and bring the Fifth Fleet back from the Persian Gulf and just kind of turn it over to these dictators and terrorists, they're not going to leave us alone. And I think Ron's got a real problem understanding that America being strong economically is first, and then secondly, America strong militarily, to make sure that these countries that are out there who would be hostile to the United States, we need to make sure that they understand that we're strong. And if you strike us, we will strike you back, and we will strike you hard.
The polls suggest that Governor Romney might win tonight. If he wins in Iowa and New Hampshire, is that it?
Oh, Lord, no, man. We got to go to South Carolina. And I think South Carolinians are very smart. They're very capable. And the guy who dreamed up individual mandates for Massachusetts that Obama took and turned into Obamacare, the fellow who's been on both sides of the gay marriage issue, the fellow who's been on both sides of the pro-life issue, I don't think that's going to sell in South Carolina. I mean, the bottom line is they're looking for an authentic conservative in South Carolina, a person that they know is not going to change their mind to fit a particular election that they're running for. Mitt's been on both sides of practically every issue that you can come up with, and you know he's got a slick debate style and what have you, but we got a slick debater, the President of the United States, and served us very well.
Predictions for tonight?
We're going to do well. I feel very comfortable that our ground game is excellent. We got 1,500 precinct captains across Iowa, and there's just a lot of things going on out there that I think the media and the polls aren't picking up on.
Thank you, Governor.
You're welcome, Brian.